And if he goes to Cleveland, he's going to be dealing with Tyronn Lue, who I'm pushing this transition here.
Ooh.
Dealing with Tyronn Lue.
You like pushing those transitions.
Hey,
boy.
man, I mean, I'm forcing him. Tyronn Lue, who is now the head coach of, the step over, now the head coach of the Cleveland Cavaliers because LeBron James is a coach killer. Right, Ricky?
I mean, here's the thing.
I love the hesitation. You know, you want to go for the throw on this, Ricky.
And I mean, here's the thing. If you would ask me 2 nights ago, I'm saying, yeah, he's a coach killer. However, there was a story came out that Pat Riley apparently said, like, no, he never tried to get Spoelstra out. And here's my opinion now on it because of that. Maybe in Miami, LeBron might not have been a coach killer because let's be honest, you are the best player and you do have the most influence. But if you went up to Pat Riley and said, hey, I think old Spoelstra needs to be fired, Pat Riley would look at you and say, get the fuck on the court. What are you doing up here? Go practice. Let me worry about who's coaching this team. Whereas in Cleveland, all that management is like, what do we do? What? Michael Jordan the shot? What? LeBron, what do we do?
You had to run for the shot.
Yeah.
I think
it's a clusterfuck there.
That or it's like, oh, LeBron has a player option. He left before. Let's get him happy.
Yeah,
give him
there's
everything.
no way
give him
they're not
everything.
going to give him everything he wants because it is Cleveland. They want to keep him there. They're afraid to lose him for a second time. They would destroy the city. I mean, they
would.
They burned
Cleveland
jerseys
would burn.
last time.
Yeah.
They're going to riot this time.
The Quicken Loans
riot
Arena
this
would
time.
burn to the ground. I don't think he is, honestly. Like this is always brought up that LeBron James is a coach killer.
Yeah.
He's never had, outside of Spoelstra, who's had longevity beyond LeBron, no, I don't think any of these guys are fantastic coaches. I mean, I can't say that about Blatt right now because Blatt never really got his chance with a team that he could pick out.
Previously, he was quite successful without LeBron. I mean, it was a different league, but still, he got very good results out of the Euro talent. So I think there's no reason to believe that he can't transition that over in the future in the NBA.
I think just Blatt had the wrong rap or just the wrong.
Yeah.
He was in the wrong position.
It was a setup.
Yeah, so I think Blatt needs his chance, but outside of that, and Spoelstra, who has proven that he's a great coach and wasn't fired by or didn't get fired by the coach killer, but. I mean, outside of that, Mike Brown is not a good head coach. Byron Scott's not a good head coach. His first head coach was awful too. I mean, the Cavs sucked with him even before LeBron. So I feel like it's just like they're bad coaches, and then since we think LeBron is like this guy with a huge ego because he left Cleveland before, I think he's just automatically put in that coach killer position. But I don't think he is a coach killer, and I think David Blatt is a good coach, but I don't think he was the right coach for the Cavs. So I understand the move more as I look at it. But again, do I think it was the right timing? No. I think that was really the thing. It was just weird timing.
Really questionable.
Yeah.
I have the opinion that Spoelstra definitely got a lot of protection from his management. I mean, you got to think Pat Riley, face of a team, face of the league.
Wears
for
a
quite
pair
some
of
time.
pants. Is
He
how you
wears
got to put it.
pants.
Yeah.
He's the fucking man.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
wears the pants in the organization. Where in Cleveland they got a bunch of like dipshits that are like, oh well, LeBron here, run the team. You can do it.
Dan Gilbert just sees money bags in LeBron.
Well,
He's like,
how happy were they to win the draft lottery when Cleveland fans are looking and saying that means we suck, right?
But I mean,
That means we suck.
They like top 3 lottery like 3 years in a row.
Yeah, Kyrie, Anthony Bennett, and then they got Wiggins. And the Wiggins one was like, they were like at the 10th spot too. And then everyone's like, how the fuck did they get it? Was this rigged or something?
It was rigged.
And then LeBron comes in, and then they trade Wiggins for LeBron. So, or not, they didn't do that, but they trade Wiggins because of LeBron.
Yeah.
So, I mean, is LeBron just a team killer then too? You could make that argument because what if it was Kyrie, Wiggins, and then you have David Blatt as the coach running the helm? I mean, would that make Cleveland not a better team than they are now? Because I mean, LeBron James is still one of the best players in the world, but I mean, maybe he's killing the future of Cleveland here. I mean,
They definitely sold out on their long-term build because, I mean, think about having Kyrie plus Wiggins. Wiggins is dropping like 20 a night at this point. He's a good shooter. The rest of the game will catch up pretty soon, we hope. But I don't know.
He's still got the athleticism too, though. I mean, he's kind of like T-Mac-esque, maybe a little smaller.
Yeah,
but like,
well, and it seemed like I'm looking back at LeBron early years.
Not like in the T-Mac reference.
No,
all right.
Not like. Well, if we're gonna talk T-Mac, you gotta talk the real guy, Vince Sanity.
But
like
yeah,
Vince
that's why I didn't say Vince
God.
Sanity because Vince Carter was better.
But I mean, I look back and it's like my first thought, like I said earlier, he's a coach killer, and early on. Paul Silas, I don't really count him as that coach because he came in with LeBron. was 5th in the Central, then got fired LeBron's second year. So it's like, okay, maybe that was them going, you know what? We need to kind of just get somebody else. They bring in Mike Brown that next year. And Mike Brown stayed with LeBron all the way through until he went to Miami. However, I'm going to throw in, I think he killed Mike Brown in Cleveland because Cleveland might have said, you're the reason he left. If you would have won with him, because here's what happened with Mike Brown and LeBron. 2006, they make the playoffs. They lose to the Detroit Pistons. That's Chauncey, Wallace, Prince. And then they go to the finals that next year, 2007. Who'd they run into? Oh, yeah, Ginobili, Parker, Duncan, the Spurs. They got swept. 2008, they lose to the Big Three in Boston. Yep. 2009, they lose to Dwight and Orlando.
What are you doing?
The first,
we should have a Stan Man counter on this video.
The first of 2 possible Kobe LeBron finals, and then they lose again in the semifinals to the Big Three in Boston again.
I mean, the only one that's really questionable, like there, was the Orlando one. But then again,
he was primed.
Yeah, and Orlando was just like they played as a team there, where it was kind of just.
You mean 4 out, 1 in?
Yeah.
It was a great strategy.
It was just
4 out, 1 in.
It was just dishing. It was just threes. But I mean, that one was kind of just like, well, LeBron has no one around him, and then you go up against the Big Three.
What year did Shaq show up in Cleveland?
2010, I want to say.
I know it was washed up like big Aristotle Shaq, but still.
Because I think that was that was end of Phoenix years, where it was like his last.
He got
good
2009, 2010.
Yeah.
2009, 2010.
I was right.
Yeah, that was credit too.
That was right.
Ricky was quizzing me on AI trivia. I know my Shaq trivia.
That was right after Phoenix, before Boston, before it became the Big Shamrock.
There we go.
Yeah, that Shaq sucked. But then in 2K, I boosted his stats. So it was like KG. It was like a 99. Shaq's a 99. Paul Pierce is a 99. Ray Allen's a 99. We won the championship.
Shaq was
awesome.
the bringer of the ring, though. I mean, he got people as close as possible.
Well, I mean, in the 2K games, Dave's the ultimate in Greg Oden. Because you could take Greg Oden and make him a 99.
I love that game because Greg Oden, every year, free agent, pick him up, 80, and then he goes 85, then 90, then 95. It's like, what the?
We can honestly just connect all these things because Shaq, we can connect him to Miami because Pat Riley, they won a championship
Illuminati.
there. Greg
6
Oden,
degrees from Kevin Bacon.
Yeah, exactly.
That's where we're going.
Greg Oden, you can bring him back to Miami too because he was brought into Miami. They won a ring, and then Eric Spoelstra, Pat Riley, now when wearing pants, and bring it back to LeBron, the coach killer. I don't think he's a coach killer.
Remember the picture? Sorry, I go back to the Greg Oden. Remember that picture of Greg Oden behind LeBron looking like his father? It was the creepiest photo I've ever seen. It straight up looked like old man. Yeah, it was. I'm sorry, it's just burned into my mind.
When I think of like bad hate pictures, it's Mario Chalmers at the White House where he's just like sitting like going like all scrunched up face, looking all like that. But I mean, final thoughts on Coach Killer LeBron, Ricky. Is he a Coach Killer, yes or no?
No, and the thing I'm going to say is, here's the only stipulation. LeBron may not be like, oh, he's a Coach Killer. However, asterisk number 1, Cleveland management might have thought with Mike Brown, hey, you know what? You couldn't do anything with this guy, and he left because of it. We're going to get rid of you too. So if you want to look at that at being Coach Killing, you can. With David Blatt, LeBron should have been the man in the house and said, hey, you know what? This isn't the guy that I want in. I want Tyroo. But I'm going Tyroo. But I am going to be a man. I'm going to be a professional, and I'm going to work with the guy they did hire and not try to push him out when the chips were against him.
You bring up Coach Killer. I mean, could you also make the defense that the reason, like, Cleveland might want Mike Brown out way before this. Maybe when they lost to Orlando, then maybe LeBron said, no, I want Mike Brown here. So then once LeBron left, they just got rid of Mike Brown. So, I mean, he might be a coach saver in some points, too. So, I mean, this whole Coach Killer thing, I'm not buying it. I don't agree with it. I mean, LeBron. He's got an ego, but he's also got to be a professional. And I think now that he's kind of matured and now he's getting to his 30s, he's got to be a professional. He's got to understand that, he's got to play with a team, and he can't really, bitch about it because
can't do it all himself.
Yeah, he's trying to make a legacy for himself. He's still trying to make this. He's trying to be the biggest star in the NBA. He's trying to be the biggest of all time. So
even Kobe needed Shaq.
Even Kobe needed. He needed
for the first.
He just needed big.
Month. Yeah.
He just needed big.
Powell, and then Andrew Bynum. That was a flash in the pan.
Are you
right
telling
there.
me Verjau's not good enough?
No, he hasn't been good enough. Ilgauskas was not good enough too.
The only thing good enough is Verjau's hair.
Verjau's hair is beautiful.
That's
about it.
Speak of longevity, I mean, Anderson Varejau's been on that team for years.
Yeah.
I mean, he's
been on there since LeBron's first tour in Cleveland.
Is he the face of Cleveland? I mean,
I would say so.
He's the unsung hero.
Greatest moments in Cleveland sports history, right there.
Was Anderson Anderson Varejau's
just
hair?
Anything with Verjau in it.
It's gonna be like if it was a montage, it would be like a LeBron dunk, LeBron winning the Eastern Conference Final.
His face in the background.
Anderson Varejau. It's like just like panning like landscape shots of Anderson Varejau's hair, like him getting it like shampooed or something.